Hi everybody, welcome back to the second part of the video dedicated to the Acer Predator Orion PC. In the last video we found out that the GPU used by Acer in this PC has a blower style cooler, unlike the regular 3060 Ti's. As I expected, underneath its blower style cooler there is a reference design 3060 Ti, identical to the Founder Edition, with exactly the same GPU and memory clocks. You can check this out in the GPU Z screenshot in the top right corner. As a side note, the memory used is the Samsung GDDR6. Today, I will put this Acer RTX 3060 Ti through a series of benchmarks. We'll do some stress tests and we'll check the gaming performance in Escape from Tarkov and PUBG. For those who wanna check the mining performance, there's also a section near the end of this video. All the benchmarks were done in a test system with the following specs. The CPU is an Intel i9-9900K at 4.9 GHz all-core, no AVX offset. The motherboard on Gigabyte Z390 Aorus Master. 32 GB of G-Skill Trident Z memory in dual channel at 3200 MHz CL14. And then Samsung 970 EVO Plus NVMe SSD. First, we'll run the 3D Mark TimeSpy benchmark, which usually takes about 3-4 minutes to complete, but we'll speed it up in editing. Okay, we got our test result, and the GPU scored 11,041 points in the graphics score, but this is a bit lower because of the NVIDIA GeForce Experience recorder. I ran the test the second time without recording it to make sure we get a more accurate score. This time it was 11,320 points. I want to point out that throughout the test, the GPU frequency was maxed out, around 1660-1700 MHz, signs that it didn't thermal throttle, even though it ran at 77-80 degrees Celsius, with the cooler at 55%. To put these results into perspective, let's have a small comparison. The Acer GPU was a bit faster than a Zotac twin-edge RTX 3060 Ti, and to my surprise also a fair bit quieter, as in my opinion the two-cooler variant from Zotac was more noisy. Both cards were tested on the exactly same system. Next up, let's put the GPU through a serious stress test. We will run the burn-in test from Furmark. We'll have it running for 10-12 minutes to check at which point will the GPU thermal throttle and see where the GPU clocks will settle. I ran the tests for at least 10 minutes and we can see that the GPU maxed out at 81C, point in which the GPU clocks will scale back to around 1380-1400 MHz, which is slightly below the base clock. All this time the cooler did not exceed 60% in terms of speed, but I guess going above will result in worse noise. Okay, now let's jump into some games. We will have a look first at Escape from Tarkov and we'll test two maps, one of the biggest and the smallest maps, Shoreline and Factory. The graphics settings are my personal preference in terms of visibility in game and is using a mix of high textures, high anti-aliasing and low shadows. The game was tested at 1440p.
Да вот он! А, мне пиздец.
Next up, it's an older title, but still a relevant game these days, PUBG. From my experience, this is one of the games that will always max out your GPU usage. It doesn't matter which GPU you have, it will always be at or around 100% utilization. I still don't know if this is a good or a bad thing. If you made it so far and you're a gamer, better leave now. Just joking. As in the last part of this video, I'm trying to see if this GPU is any good for mining. I do not mine, and also I'm not very familiar with mining. That's why I installed NiceHash. There's probably way better tools out there to use, but this makes things very easy. In this quick mining test, the GPU was all time at stock settings, no optimization done. From what I see, it does 54-55 mega hash per second using 110-115 watts of power, while the GPU and memory temps are steadily around 60 degrees Celsius. Thank you for taking your time to watch this. If you find this helpful in any way, you know what to do. Cheers!